important steps. Okay, so let me just walk you through. So step number one is build rapport. People buy off people they like, and people like themselves. Okay, people buy off people they like, and people like themselves. You need to do two things when you first meet somebody if you want to sell them something: compliment and relate. You compliment, you make them feel good, and you relate because, again, like attracts like. People buy off people like them. People like themselves, and they buy off people they like. Okay, so you compliment and you relate. Oh, you live in Port Moody, I live in Port Moody too. You live in the country, I grew up in the country. Your family's from Toronto, this is where my grandmother lives. Okay, so you find a way to relate, and then you compliment. So that's step number one. Essentially, you got to build rapport. And again, if you want to increase your closing ratios, a lot of the time what you need to do is improve your opening, not so much ratios, but your opening process to make them feel good about it. Okay, so step number two is a disturb/educate. Okay, most people, once again, they completely missed it. So disturb. Tell them what's going to happen if they don't move forward with your process. Tell them what's going to happen, the benefits of moving forward with your process. So that house that we were talking about earlier, if you spend the extra $150,000, you're going to get the garage, you're going to get the backyard, and you're going to get the dog run that you were going to build anyways.
Oh, okay.
Well, perfect, right? Yeah. So you're basically, again, you're throwing in the benefits, but it's disturb/educate. And you're saying, look, educating them on the benefits of them moving forward. And then disturb them, tell them again, look, if you don't move forward, basically what's going to happen, you're going to roll up your birthday party, and you're going to forget the balloons, and half the kids aren't going to roll up, and your daughter's not going to have a sensational 10th birthday, right? So it's like, you know what, if you look after it, it's going to cost you an extra $150, but you don't have to stress about it. I clean up the mess, and you're going to be a happy camper. So again, so disturb/educate is step two. Step three is to relieve them. Okay, so essentially, people don't buy from you because they're worried they're going to make a bad choice. They're worried they might make a mistake. You need to relieve them of that. Okay, like for instance, no results, no fee. If you were going to buy something and somebody gave you the promise of no results, no fee, you'd feel pretty good about it. I would. Right? You take away that, you put the ownership, like when somebody buys something, one person bears all the risk. Well, why don't you, as the person that's selling it, bear the risk versus the person buying? Makes perfect sense, right? So essentially relieving them, make them feel good. And sometimes you can't throw, 100%. You might sell expensive kitchens, so you can't throw 100% money back guarantee on. Okay, what you can do is throw 100% money back guarantee on the consultation prior to putting in the kitchen. Okay, because a guarantee is something very, very powerful to put in your, let's call it your marketing arsenal. Okay, so something you want to think about. But step three is relief. Make them feel good about moving forward. Take the onus and take the control and take the responsibility, take the risk, and put it on your shoulders versus the person that you ultimately want to convince to say yes. Okay. Okay. And now the fourth step, and clearly the most important, but 63% of sales situations don't end in an ask for the order. Okay. Not a good idea. Not a good roadmap, and that doesn't make any sense. If you're going to go through the whole rigmarole and the difficulty of running them through the rapport, disturb/educate, relieve, why wouldn't you ask them to do business with you? It doesn't make a heck of a lot of sense, right? So again, 63% of sales situations, and that just blows me away, don't end in an ask for the order, right? That's crazy, and it's just unacceptable. So you need to have a way, and that talks about the subordinate questions that I talked about earlier. Okay. You basically want to walk them through a process to make it easy for them to say yes. Okay, and don't even allow them, by asking a subordinate question, you don't even allow me to say no, right? So the last one is basically to close them, don't be shy. Okay, and then from there, you want to downsell, you want to cross-sell, you want to referral sell, all sorts of different options for you. But essentially, that's the four-step process. As you know, it garners sensational results for clients and whatnot. Absolutely, it's good stuff. So, but anyways, that's what all the secrets I've got.
Excellent. Thanks so much, Karl, and thanks for tuning in. That's it for this edition of Karl's Kick on Sales Secrets. We'll see you next time.